All right, welcome everyone. Let's get this run on the show. Um, there's a lot of downtime, so we can get over to the pleasantries. Now, let's enjoy some. Free my controller. Let us enjoy some voice acting.
Long ago, the world prospered and humanity thrived thanks to a power known as mana. However, humans soon sought to use mana to create the ultimate weapon, a floating battleship called the Mana Fortress. This greedy arrogance angered the gods, who in turn unleashed vicious beasts into the world. A violent war between the mana beasts and the fortress engulfed the world in poison and fire until mana had all but disappeared. In humanity's bleakest hour, a hero wielding the mana sword appeared and destroyed the fortress. The world was left in shambles, and yet humanity persevered, and there was peace throughout the land. But as time passes, so history repeats.
Hey! Guys! Wait! Up! Whoa!
Shh! Be quiet, stupid. If the Elder finds us here, we're done for.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be here. Everyone in the village knows about the ghost.
You really believe that old fib? The grown-ups just say there's a ghost to scare us away. But I did hear Grandma say she saw something shiny by the falls when she was little.
Maybe it's treasure. Let's go find it.
Help! I'm gonna fall! Ah! Oh, whoa! There's no way back up. Now what am I gonna do?
All because Buddy couldn't stand on a log. So if you name the character anything other than the default, there's no audio lines.
This way, but I'll never get through here without a weapon.
So none of the characters' names will be spoken. Kind of understandable.
Take the sword.
Who are you? And what's a sword doing here? Too bright. What's with this light? Oh, a ghost!
Listen. I entrust the sword to you.
Huh? What do you mean? What's up with this sword? The light's fading already. Oh, I have to get back to the village!
So the game is very unhappy until we have a sword. The UI isn't actually flagged to show up until we get the sword.
Whoa! What's a rabbi doing in a place like this?
One of the nice quality of life updates is just being able to dash in really any direction over the SNES version. It really makes it, really gives it a good free-flowing movement. One thing you want to do is make sure you do screen transitions, especially early on, at 100% stamina. The game has a slight delay for about 1.5 seconds between screen transitions before stamina will start regenerating. So a lot of the little time save is just knowing where the screen cutoffs are.
I thought you were a goner.
That's why I told you not to bring someone like him along.
You idiots! None of you were supposed to wander into that area. What's that you have there? Oh no, it couldn't be.
Cool. Did you find the treasure?
Where'd it go?
What have you done? That's the mana sword. There's no way you could have pulled it free.
Mana sword? But legend says the village will be destroyed if it's removed.
I never thought it'd come to this. The mana sword is said to protect the village from disaster. But now...
Alright,
So you're the reason all those monsters are attacking us.
I'll see how it goes. The Witch's Palace
You yanked out the sword and
is probably
threw
the place to
whole
lose the most
village.
time. If it goes pretty good,
Hey, stop. Shut up.
I'll decide what
It's
cutscenes
all
really
your
don't
fault.
add much.
Leave me alone.
Just to try to keep things on track.
Help! A monster! You have a sword. Why don't you use it?
Can you hear me? Calm down and study the enemy's movements to look for an opening.
So with this game, you have iframes as long as the enemy hits you when you're attacking. And with Mantis Ant, only his first attack has a hitbox. So you can just stay right in his face and just keep swinging and not take any damage. Where if you get away from Mantis Ant, he does a lot of really scary and lengthy attacks. Gem Missile has a very, very long animation. He can put you to sleep. You're not at risk at dying in this area, just because if you die, Gemma's like, hey, focus a little bit, you idiot. And then you get back to your full hit points. Buy the
Noted
HD version,
well.
because I don't
Wait
know the
there.
SNES
I'll
version.
pull you up.
Stay back. I didn't do nothing.
You seem to be in possession of the real mana sword. This is troubling.
I don't think there's really any
Why is that?
real...
Legend says the sword can only be retrieved by a knight.
I like the
when
quality of
world
life
is in
versions. After
But
this
you
game
are
got a
far
couple of
too young
patches,
for
it
such
really ironed out
responsibility.
a lot of the
Something
issues.
must be wrong with the mana sword.
Especially now
Here,
because of the
you
newer
take it.
patches. The game is pretty much bug-free,
cannot.
which is really nice.
The sword
When
has
this game
lost its
first got
power.
released, it had a
It must
lot
be
of issues.
restored. Only the one who pulled it free can do that.
Everyone's entitled to their opinions.
What should I do?
Visit Sage Luca in the Water Palace.
I enjoy it. I wish
The sage
kind of
has
like it
protected
it
these
was
lands
more
for over
trialsy
200
instead of
years.
such a faithful
You would
remake.
do well to listen to her advice.
Hey! The Elder wants you to come to his house.
I'll be off. I have duties to attend.
So not having your character stuck
My
to
name
one
is
screen
Gemma,
is really nice.
and
Having
I'll
more
be
than 4
waiting for
items
you
is
at the
really
Water
nice.
Elder, we can't ignore them.
We're at our wits' end. Who knows when another monster will appear?
I never said I defended it.
It's you. You've really done it this time.
But if you also look at the This was originally supposed to be a Vita game.
Attacking the village.
Settled. We can't let him stay in the village
So like if you look
anymore.
at Adventures
He'll
of
just
Mana,
bring
it's
more
pretty much the
gold.
same assets.
Get out of here!
So it was a Vita game first, and then it was ported to
I don't
PC
wanna do
and
this.
PS4.
I have no choice.
So there wasn't as
There's a
much,
treasure chest downstairs. Take the
I'd say love
contents.
put into this as probably as Trials of Mana. So they really reused a lot of assets from Adventures of Mana, the PSP version. Legend of Mana definitely looks like it has some love too. I think Square's finally starting to realize they can't just put out cheap ports, or even if they tried to put out something that was decent, it would work out very well. Oh, 100% Zelnus. It's the correct way to do a remake.
There. Let's go.
Hey, where do I find Luke?
Mind your manners. It's nice to see you again, Sage Luca.
You're very welcome.
Wait, you mean this little girl is 200 years old?
Luca, monsters have started invading villages. This young boy just fought one himself.
You underestimate my intelligence. World news flows into this palace with the water's own currents. Mana grows ever weaker. That could explain how this child was able to take the sword from its place of rest. His actions caused the balance of mana in this area to shift. Beasts are now rampaging across the land again. Evil in the world is working to seal away the power of the mana sword forever. By defeating monsters and obtaining their orbs, you can reforge and restore the sword's mana power. It looks like your sword regained some power from vanquishing the mantis ant. There are more hidden orbs with the mana power to revive the sword. You must find them. Gemma, I want you to keep an eye on the Empire. It seeks the mana fortress's power.
Fortress? Like the one that destroys the world in that fairy tale?
This is no fairy tale. We're talking about the real Mana Fortress and the Empire that wants its power.
The Empire will try to break the seals on the mana seeds in each palace. I've already caught some Empire spies snooping around my own palace.
There are strange reports coming in from Pandora. Could the Empire be involved?
I do not know. Gemma, you should request an audience with the king and tell him to be wary of the Empire.
Understood. I'll leave now. Head for the cave in Gaia's navel. There's a dwarf blacksmith that lives in the area. Dwarves are known for their weapon-making skills. You should see if they can reforge the sword. As the sword becomes more powerful, your skills will improve, and you'll learn more abilities.
What frightens you so? You wield the legendary mana sword, but its power has faded. Now it's hardly better than a normal weapon. It used the last of its power to choose a new master. Eons ago, the ancients used their war machine, the mana fortress, in a final battle against the gods. It's not a fairy tale like you were told as a child. As the battle raged and the world reached its end, a hero came with a sword and saved us all. The few who remained rebuilt the world, hoping to protect mana from those who would abuse it. If the Empire restores the fortress, they'll drain the world of mana power. You must restore the mana sword to full power before then, or of the 8 palaces. Now you must visit the others, and I worry about you out in the world with only a rusted sword. Take this spear I imbued with holy water. Use it along with the mana sword, and it too will regain its true power. I'll heal you. Would you like to see... First, take Gemma's advice and head to Gaia's navel. There you can find the underground palace. To reach Gaia's navel, head south through the kingdom of Pandora.
I kind of wish, in a sense, they didn't remake Final Fantasy VI, because if they end up going with the Final Fantasy VII action system, I think it would really take away from the game. I don't know, I'd still play the crap out of it, but I think if it just got a bunch of good 3D sprites, it would be okay. A little bit of cutscenes and maybe voice acting. But I think turning it into an action RPG would probably take away a good chunk of the feeling for it.
Hey there. Guy.
Controller? Why isn't my controller working now? Let's see if I can fix this real quick. I mean, this has nothing to do with the game. This is my PC setup. My port on my PS3 controller is really loose. And sometimes it likes to just auto disconnect, and then the system doesn't realize it's reconnected. We're going to do a little bit of level grinding in here. This is more for money than really anything else. This does retain the SNES version's only 3 enemies can be on screen at a time. I stop getting low rolls? I'm gonna risk it. Dang it. So switches in this game don't actually count towards stamina, so you can get an extra free hit. And in this game, when you level up, you get a free hit point and magic point refill. So even though you have boatloads of items, if you plan a careful experience route, you can just end up getting magic points for days, which, since a lot of us will be pretty low level, pretty much every boss is just going to give us a refill. So I'm looking to kill 13 of these guys, or about 12 of these guys. This will give me the sword level 1 for Tropicalo. Tropicalo is a cycle-based boss. And each charge level increases your weapon's damage by 50%. So doing an extra 50% damage, especially if you can get a crit, because a crit's double the attack power, which is often more than double damage because you're not losing attack stat to the enemy's defense. Ooh, sneaky. So I got my weapon level up there, which is nice. I'm going to buy a Power Vambrace. This will increase my attack by 5. So it's effectively 5 free damage. And I need 100 GP for the Sprite Show and to also upgrade the sword to level 2. Yeah, the iframes are kind of at the start of your attacking animation. They're like, it doesn't work for magic. Magic, you can kind of do some really funny stuff where if you cure at the right moment, you'll take damage. Your hit points will drop to 0, but then like a candy will kick in before the death flag is kicked in. So it's kind of like the SNES version of Secret of Mana. But it's a lot tighter of a window. It's only really used on a couple of bosses. Because you have 12 item slots, you can really just throw items for days. And that's a lot of what the route leading into like Ice Country falls into, because healing people with Cups of Wishes is faster than trying to equip them with armor. So we're really going to be running just with Gaia's naval armor for a good chunk of it. The Sprite's really not going to get any defense to speak of.
Wait, this is out.
Whoa! What? Something's coming!
So we're going to delay our first attack a little bit. This will force Tropicalo to stay above ground.
Takes more than that.
And unlike the SNES version, these Bramblers also give experience and gold.
Takes more than that.
The hitbox for the weeds is at the tip. So it's a little difficult to kind of manage around at times. If you keep that pumpkin dancing around for quite a bit, you can get an extra 1 or 2 hits in. This game fixed pretty much all the glitches in the later patch of the SNES version. The opening day patch allowed you to craft the mana sword pretty easy. But for the most part, this runs pretty glitch-free. I'm just gonna skip first couple of these cutscenes due to the technical issues, and also because we started a little late. We'll get back to them, I swear. So now that we get... Fuck's sakes.
Good luck, but first, here is... That reminds me. Watts the blacksmith was looking for you. You should stop.
Why is there a second controller? Don't know why my PC is messing up. There we go. I don't know why this is happening. This wasn't happening before. Something I think to do with big picture mode. There we go. Alright, we're back in business. Sorry about all this. So here I'm gonna hotkey the axe and the spear. Or the sword and the spear, sorry. Oh, I meant to give him. Popoe gets the lance. I get the axe. No, Popoe gets the sword. I'll fix that. So you get 2 hotkeys, which is really nice. It has a lot of neat stuff to happen, or it allows for a lot of neat possibilities. Yep, you can have 2 hotkeys. You can hotkey items, spells, swords. You only get 2, sadly. It's not like Trials of Mana, where you end up having like 8,000 hotkeys. But it does make it quite enjoyable for casting magic if you want to level them up. safety this early. So this is by far the deadliest area in the game. They increased the bow's attack speed for the players, but that also means it also made it faster for the enemies, which makes it a lot of fun.
Takes more than that.
This is a death. So thankfully this game has quick saves. This forest is by far a very, very heavy reset point. So here I want to try to group these two guys together and then use their knockback animation to try to keep them perpetually stunned. Nice. And I need to keep Poe alive. Ooh, Kung Fu dress. That's a 1/8. That's a rare chest. That'll give Prim quite a good defense for this area. Yeah, when you do the party switching, it makes it quite a bit easier, but it's still not 100%. I've lost more than my fair share of runs in this area. So the boy will be sticking with the spear until he almost levels it up, and then he'll get the axe, and then he'll finally get the sword. So what we're looking for is just partial weapon experience. The partial weapon experience plays into the Mana Sword's damage. Partial weapon experience is 10 times more powerful than a weapon level for some unknown reason. So I'm just using targeting to keep those two idiots on the high ground. So Prim can do whatever she needs to in safety. I'm gonna heal up Poe. So Witch's Castle is another place that you can just lose a boatload of time.
Takes more than that.
A fun thing is, door transitions are very scary because it takes a couple of seconds for the enemy's AI to deactivate. It takes about 2 seconds if you want to get really nitty gritty. So even though you've won into a door's transition, the enemies can still deal damage to you. So it's something you kind of have to watch out for. Alright, no one died. Good. I am going to buy 2 safety candies from Neko just because I had to use 2 on the Sprite early from him getting poisoned. I really want Sprite to live through Spiky Tiger. It's not needed, but it does give him 10 magic points for wall face, which is very, very nice. I actually forget which way to go here. Oh, nice. It's been a while since I played this. Yeah, Spiky Tiger is very, very difficult in a vanilla. He's got a boatload of hit points and a lot of very scary attacks. thought for sure the boy would have leveled up. So I want to hotkey the sword and the bow. I want to give Randy the bow just because he can do a charge attack
Allow me the pleasure.
to start off the fight.
Keep it coming.
So now we want to keep Sprite alive. And here we can use the weapon swapping. Oh, Sprite, looks like you're not getting to 10 magic. Alright, so Sprite bit the bucket. Not ideal, but I can maybe make it up if need to. Being able to just freely switch weapons between characters makes the Spiky Tiger fight really enjoyable. This is definitely the first, like, big roadblock in the speedrun, even in a casual playthrough. Now, there is a glitch that happens in this fight. So what you have to do is you have to throw a healing item at a very specific point during the spell animation, and you'll end up curing the character will go to 0 HP. Then the healing item will kick in before the death flag happens. So it's not nearly as lenient as what it is in the SNES version. I just completely missed it. I didn't think Flame Bouquet was going to roll that high. But it did, and it killed the little bastard, so there's nothing we can do about it. It's not the biggest deal in the world. So, with spells that give you a status effect, or a debuff or a buff, I should say. So, like Speed Up, Defender, Lunar Energy, Flame Bouquet, and Acid Rain. If you die with those status effects active, the game deflags the duration flag, but doesn't undo the bit that activates it. So, because Popoe died due to Fire Bouquet, he now has a permanent 25% attack reduction. This will get fixed if he gets the spell casted on him again. Popoe is not a physical dealing character, so we're not really worried about it. If it happened on Prim or Randy, it's a reset. Losing 25% of your attack stat this early in the run is very, very damning. And it's one of the things you have to look out for, but it also means we can die with a speed up effect and give us basically perfect agility, or a perfect hit rate, I should say. And we will be doing that right after we get known. So here, the characters won't start moving towards the enemy until they have 100% stamina. So by doing this little macro play, this saves about 3 seconds. It's definitely not needed. It's just a nice way to get a little bit of extra damage. And now with the good old Biting Lizard, the enemies really like their space before they attack. So if you can kind of just trap him in a corner, he won't do his healing attack at all. He won't do healing water at all. He's just going to sit there and try to get away from us. Which gives us free reign to just kind of pelt him with items over and over again. Or weapons, I should say. So you don't have to worry about him eating your characters, you don't have to worry about healing himself. So here we get our first magic, Undine. Undine is insanely powerful as an attack magic. Freeze for 2 magic has a spell power of 61. There are 5 spells in the game that have an attack power of 61. Gnome is Earth Slide, Sylphid is Thunderbolt, Salamando's Exploder, and then you got Lucid Beam with Luminaire for 8 magic points for whatever ungodly reason. So a large chunk of the game will rely on freeze damage just because it's the strongest spell for the lowest magic points. Burst has the highest spell power at 100, but no enemies are weak to the wood element, and by the time we get Dryad, Undine is just so insanely strong to begin with that it's not worth leveling up. Much like the charge levels, each spell level will give you a 50% damage boost. So that's why like spells seem so overpowered. In this version, you can't really spell lock an enemy like you did in the SNES version. They greatly reduced a lot of the magic animation time and put a slight delay to when you can recast your second spell. Once you get freeze to level 4, it's level 4, level 6, it doesn't matter much anyways. They did take out the cannon travel. That's the one big gripe I have. It would have been really nice to see the cannon travel animation. So we upgrade the spear. That gives Randy an extra 8 attack. And now we're going to buy our Fan Brace and 3 Cups of Wishes.
Anything else? Come again?
We're going to give Prim also a Power Van Brace. This will give her +5 to attack. And it's a very nice little damage boost. So now I'm going to hotkey Cure Water and Freeze. Because you can keep the enemy, because all your party doesn't have to stay on the same screen, you can do some really nice movement optimizations. So I'm going to keep Prim stuck in that room. Menu call. Do another Cure Water. And it just saves a little bit of time running back and forth. The only remake track I like is the Pure Lands. I think the Pure Lands they did really good. A lot of the other tracks they really missed. It doesn't have the same feeling. Alright. So I want the girl to be at full stamina. Nice.
This is the altar room.
So because the enemies have a knockback animation when you hit them with a 100% stamina attack, it is possible to ignore Fire Gigas's first teleport if you get really lucky with a set of frames. Nice. So I've interrupted his teleport animation with attack. So now he's kind of just stuck in this perpetual knockback animation, and I'll keep using the sprite's whip because it just does very little damage, but it will keep him stun locked. If he gets the first teleport off, you can keep him physically stun-locked after he reappears. This just saves 10 or so or probably about 8 seconds. The one nice thing about the remake is you can actually target the enemy when they're in their corporeal form. So if you know right before he ends up remerging himself, you can just cast the spell and have it hit him instantly.
Good thing you guys are strong. That oaf was always bugging me. Sorry, I kind of let loose on you guys in frustration. No hard feelings?
I'll show you hard feelings. Swear your loyalty to me, and maybe, just maybe, I'll forgive you. Otherwise, I'll throw you to my vicious bodyguard.
Please, forgive me. I'll be a servant. I'll do anything.
Hey, who are you calling your bodyguard?
I know when I've met my match. Call on me anytime. I'll be there. Now, close your eyes, boss. Now both you and the missus over there can summon me.
Excuse me? Since when were we an item? I like your style, Gnome.
Well, that's that. Be seeing ya.
Come on, we got.
So for every mana seed we seal, we get a slight attack boost. It's the amount of seeds you have squared. So now that we have 2 seeds, we get a whopping 4 extra damage on our high rolls.
Come on.
This will play in a lot more like later on in the run when we have 6, 7 seeds to our advantage.
Hang in there.
Wow, sorry, I drifted off there.
Give me a break.
Hey, don't get ants in your pants. While I was asleep, my past came back to me. I lived in the forest in the Upperland. So it's decided. That's where we gotta go. I'll let you hang out with me until we get back to my home. You're welcome.
Gee, thanks.
Oh. This isn't needed for the run, but it's cute, and I like to do it. Oh, I don't have the costume on this one. Never mind.
Can you hear me? Gemma has not returned from Pandora yet. Something must have happened. I sense evil in the Pandora ruins. Perhaps you can look into it and find out what's keeping Gemma.
Luke is right. We need to get to the Pandora ruins on the double.
Actually, how far away is Sprite from a level? 117. See what happens. So our next step is to go to Pandora and investigate the ruins that have been just making people disappear.
Welcome,
I kind of disagree with them not doing the canon travel. Because like the first time the world maps revealed it, I don't know, to me it was very nice. But I kind of wish for alternate playthroughs.
The ruins are down there.
Like the canon travel animations would have been unlocked. I think, to me, like canon traveling to Gaia's navel and landing on the bee was always my favorite moment.
Oh, you're...
Especially if you end up getting a critical hit and killing the bee.
What is this?
That's not good. Alright, let's see if we can do some magic. So I really want to keep Sprite alive, but Sprite likes to die. So I want Randy to die before Speed Up wears off. And sometimes that's harder than it seems to be because these guys just don't want to attack you. Alright. So now that they're both dead, they both have a permanent 25% increase to their evasion and agility. Your agility is basically your hit rate. So now Prim and Randy will now pretty much hit every full stamina attack. So here we meet the main baddie, Thanatos. We should be getting pretty close. We're still a little bit behind time because of everything. So, all face you can actually hit before the eye appears. So here we want to use Gem Missile right before, or right as it leaves the screen. Just because it has a very long animation, and you can actually take the boss out of the magical stun lock by casting it too early. So unfortunately, this is one of the downsides to a 9 magic point sprite, but magic does have a cooldown in this. Gem Missile is just a naturally long animation. So you have to, that's the only spell you have to time out early. Every other spell you can mash and the enemies will still have a little bit of time before they can act.
I see. So this child is the new...
So we're almost done with this neck of the game. Jabberwocky is really the next big boss coming up we have to deal with. Jabberwocky is Undine element, and he has a very, very powerful Cure Water. After Kilroy, obviously, but if Jabberwocky ends up getting off Cure Water, it's basically a reset. It heals him for about 500 damage. And because we really don't have anything of damage to speak of, like Gnome's still level 0. Pretty much after Jabberwocky, we're going to be sticking with Undine for our main source of damage. So we just have a nice leisurely stroll. I still have 1 cup of wish left, which is really nice. That gives me a little bit of safety for going into the water palace. Actually, what's the boys? Spear 73. Alright, we're still okay for a little bit. The earlier, because a lot of the bosses are going to be killed via magic, you don't get a lot of weapon experience. And I want to get the spear as close to 99 as possible.
Aha! The water seed!
How'd you get in here?
These guys are basically the Team Rocket.
Found our secret hideout, right?
A secret of mana.
Come to the right place. The Scorpion Army is gonna rule the world. That's us.
Ah, yeah.
Shut your pie hole. It was us who took your precious water seed. Now, thanks to its awesome power, we've completed our super deluxe
Yo, Frosty.
robot.
Yo, Andy. Thank you for the good luck.
We call it Kilroy the Indomitable.
Ah, yeah.
Take him out. Kilroy, activate.
On it, boss.
Yeah, they make it into the Mana Fortress at the end, or the Mana Temple, which is amazing.
What's wrong?
Boss, there's an energy overload. It's out of control.
What? That can't be. Just take the seed out and use auxiliary power.
So you can only damage Kilroy. Well, so much for my extra Cup of Wish. By hitting his battery pack on the back. And since Undine isn't hitting an elemental weakness, it's pretty much doing stock damage, but it's still more than what Sprite can do with his normal weapons. And then you can get him in this nice, as long as Sprite doesn't miss, you can kind of just keep him physically stun locked like this. It doesn't happen too often. It needs a lot of luck for everything to line up as it needs to, but when it does line up, the fight's basically free. So if Sprite's close to a level, I might fight a couple of the water thugs.
Aw, nuts. You won't get away with this.
Let's bring this back to the water palace.
Nice. Alright, I can get him level 11. Or... I can get level 11 for... Jabberwocky, which will be nice.
Welcome.
So I'm really hoping the spear doesn't level up. Although having the axe on Randy this early is really nice for the late game.
Takes more than that.
Give me the axe. Actually, I'll fight these guys. Oh, there we go.
Try not to.
It's Sylphid in this.
What? So good. There. Take care of my...
So here I'm just controlling Sprite, so the spell animations don't get interrupted by his attacking animations. Now we're just kind of hoping he doesn't use Cure Water. There we go. Oh, Sprite didn't gain a level. You should get a full heal here. So it shouldn't matter. So now we need to resync the seed. Talk to Luca, just because we haven't saved in a while.
You must bring the mana sword back to its full power and protect the seeds. Go to the highest peak of the lofty mountains and find Sage Jaw. He will teach you the true courage of a hero. You must visit all 8 of the world's palaces and synchronize your sword with the mana seeds. It will be a long and difficult journey, but you must persevere for the sake of the world. I'll heal you. Would you like to save the... I believe you can become a true hero. You must never lose hope.
Alright, everything is back as it should be. Everyone's healthy. I don't have any Cups of Wishes, which sucks for the Pure Land, or the upper world, but...
No way!
So now, the main goal is just not to upgrade, or not level up the axe.
Hey there. The upper
And then as soon as the axe gets anywhere between 91 to 99, we'll be giving Randy the sword for the rest of the game. The sword's partial weapon experience doesn't matter. Having the spear and the axe at around 90 will give the mana sword about 600 damage against the mana beast.
So this is the Great Forest. You lived around here, right? Glad to be home, huh?
Oh no! I hit my head again when we landed and I have forgotten the way.
Voice acting.
Lovely. I suppose we should look around ourselves.
Oh, look! It's laughing!
Not laughing, crying. Pebblers have taken over their village.
Try to stop me.
Get back here, Popoe. Alright, so I only want to use one freeze per pebbler. This is to give me enough magic points for to dispatch Springbeak. Oh, I got really scared when I heard that level up.
Now the Moogles can come back to the village.
My head.
This is really the only time we'll be seeing the Moogles.
Wow! Now I can remember everything. Tour through the seasons from spring to winter. Once you reach spring again, the village will appear.
I'm gonna get this free axe orb. We're gonna upgrade the axe to level 3. And speak to our good friend Watts. This is just for extra damage on the axe. Unlike the SNES version, we actually have to go back to the first screen for it to register. You can't just take the shortcut and go through it. And then a lot of the janky movement is just to try to avoid enemy attacks. But Poe doesn't have any armor on, and we don't have any Cups of Wishes. So you really want to try to keep him alive at all costs. So this should cancel out the acid storm.
What's going on? The village is in shambles.
What happened here? Hey, there's something there.
So Springbeak actually has armor in the front, so you can only hit it from the backside. And then we're just going to keep it stun locked so it doesn't jump around and do any moves. Unfortunately, Prim's in a really bad spot. You could hear a couple of the tinks. That's hitting the beak. The beak is completely armored, so it won't take any damage. And then once again, using Gnome just to exploit an elemental weakness. It does feel like it's using the SNES sprites.
Troops attacked us and undid the wind seal. I was lucky to be in the palace at the time. A bright flash took out my sight. But the others...
How terrible! No! No! Everyone must have gotten away safely.
Let us hope.
Grandpa! Hang in there!
Listen closely, little one. We sprites are dependent on the power of mana, but humans are breaking the seals on the sea. If mana disappears, we sprites...
Okay, I'll protect... Don't worry, I've got a couple underlings that can help.
That's the spirit. All I can do is offer the services of my Sylphid. Come, Sylphid.
Master?
I'm entrusting you to these youngsters. They're your new masters now.
As you wish.
Use Analyzer to learn what elemental magic works on each crystal orb. Use your magic on the orb in this forest to open a pathway to Matango. There, you must head north to the cave of the White Dragon. You need that legendary dragon's help if you want to protect mana. Now go. Do not worry about me. I'll be safe if I stay here in the...
Everyone will be back soon, Grandpa. Me included.
If you get tired, come back here to rest at any time. That's all I can do for you. Here, let's get you patched up. Shall I say? Take care.
So this Sylphid, I believe this area was supposed to be a dungeon that had to get cut. So anytime you have your weapon out, you gain full magic experience. So at level 0, you'll gain 9 points. At level 1, you'll gain 8, and blah, blah, blah. If you cast spells when your weapons are sheathed, you get half magic experience, rounded down. So right there with the old man is the best place to level up like Prim's magic, because you're basically right next to a heal spot. Don't do it, Silktail. You love yourself too much.
This is the end.
Oh, hey. He died real good. Yeah, like, the game is supposed to be way more expansive than what it is. It kind of sucks we lost a lot of that content. You can especially feel it like in the later half of the game. What I want.
Anything else? Come again.
Yeah, like Lighthouse, what was it? Lighthouse, Turtle Rock, or Turtle Island.
It's you! You're here at long last! Huh? He reckons that just sounds the power. Oh, wait!
I still think we're okay on time. Just to be safe, though.
One.
So, Matango Inn is nice. The game added cutscenes. So every inn has a table. And if you sleep at the inn after certain plot points, they'll have a little dialogue between the characters. Matango is nice because it has no table. The spoon is a lie. So you can just safely sleep for free. It is a little bit of a time loss, but it's not as much as sitting through like a 45-second, 1-minute cutscene. So a lot of these points now are just get from point A to point B as fast as possible. We have the axe, sword, and whip. This will basically allow us to traverse anything without having to do weapon swaps, and these will be the 3 items we stick with till the very end of the game. There's no reason to really use any of the other weapons. The axe and the sword are 2 of the strongest weapons. The axe has slightly faster attack animation than the spear. They did fix the racial and elemental damage. It only adds a flat 10 instead of doing insane amounts of damage. So we can cast Thunder Saber here for an extra free damage, or for an extra 10 damage on our attacks, but it's just not really worth it in the grand scheme of things. We can use Sylphid on that boss. Freeze does slightly less damage. It actually ends up being more damage overall just because we can cast Freeze more times than we can Thunderbolt. Blammy!
This is the legendary white dragon? Oh, no. Its parents must not have survived that monster from earlier.
So Flammy and Randy, I believe, go to the same barber because they have the same hit points. Or they have the same hair, I should say, sorry. Hit points. God.
But it's too big for us to carry around, and this one's just a baby. We should ask Truffle what to do.
Same hair points.
He'll only slow you down.
Hit point barber.
Don't worry, I'll raise him for you.
King Truffle!
Shh. I've made up my mind. You three have stuff to do, right? Leave the rest to me. Sorry for taking up your time. Stop by if you get the chance and say hi to the little fella. By the way, how do you like the name? It's settled. We'll call him Flammy. Cannon travel is open again south of the forest. Visit the Fire Palace in the Kakara Desert. If you're on the search for palaces, that's the closest one. Good luck.
Ooh, I need to talk to you. So we're gonna upgrade the sword. The Claymore, I think it's called. Will give us an extra 10 damage against lizards. And in the Ice Palace, we're going to be fighting 3 biting lizards. So it pays for itself there, and it's just, once again, more addition. It's just free damage because we're also upgrading the sword. So because we're getting a free heal before the next area, I want to use up Ola Sprite's magic. But I need to keep the enemy on screen, because if I despawn them, the spell won't go off.
Hey, welcome.
This will help get Undine to level 2 for the Mech Rider fight. I think they've always been the same, Sandwich Ked. I haven't played patch 1, I haven't played opening day patch for a long time though, so I could be wrong.
There's sand everywhere. It's so
The fire's a Mount Straw floor.
Let's find a town before we shrivel up.
I missed the cast. Boo.
I see. I'll help you, stranger. But in return, you'll have to work off your debt. You'll work in the engine room. The shrimp will take kitchen duty, and the lady comes with me.
Commander Mori, the scumbag.
Get to work! There she blows! A new crewman or something? I'm Sergo, pirate extraordinaire and scourge of the seas. At least I used to be. The ocean's not calm enough these days to make a living pillaging and plundering. But I can't forget the feel of the waves flames and the salt spray in the air. That's why I stowed away on this ship. I'll be back on the high seas someday. Mark my words, someday. Huh? You have friends waiting, and you want to escape. Leave it to me. Talk to those guards by the stairs. I'll take care of the rest. You, get back to your post. Help! Fire! Fire! What? Out of my way!
Oh, hey, they were nice. Sometimes those guards can just block you for days, and there's nothing you can do about it. I had one run where I lost 3.5 minutes to those guards just camping the doorway out. There was nothing I could do about it. I just sat there and just slowly watched the timer go red.
Hey, quit that lollygagging!
What do you think? Basically paradise, huh?
All the food in the hole's been devoured. Your friend of theirs, get him out of here!
No thanks. Couldn't eat another bite.
So Sprite got the sweet end of this deal. We got thrown into a hole and Sprite just went to an all-you-can-eat buffet. How goes it, Machu?
Oh no! Rats have eaten all the food in the galley.
It can't be.
Doing good. So they changed Prim's lines here. I'm guessing because of new censorship.
Massage my shoulders. Chop, chop.
You wish? I'd rather eat sand.
Spoiled brat!
You want some? Come and get it.
Maury, stop this ridiculousness now.
But Gramps, she disobeyed my...
No more pathetic excuses, Maury. You there, get out!
Don't have to tell me twice. Am I glad to see you guys? Have you heard this creep?
They've escaped. Now what do we do, Gramps?
Oh, escapees! Grab them!
The most inept soldiers ever.
Whoa, what?
It's the Empire. They're attacking.
Ah! No, I don't want to die. Let's surrender.
Idiot. You call yourself a soldier? Men, to your battle stations.
No way! We're with Maury! Let's get out of here!
What a coincidence. Thanatos' emissary warned me about a group of meddlesome travelers. He must have meant you. Shall we go for a round?
This is the end!
So here, just hit them with freeze and physicals.
You can't escape!
Takes more than that. Takes more than that.
Pretty much Magic will quite handle a lot of these bosses really without an issue. Especially at such low levels we are.
Our country is sending a rescue team. Are you leaving? Go north from here, and you'll find the Oasis Kingdom known as Kakara. West of that is the Fire Palace.
So we're not going to go to the Fire Kingdom. There's no point in going to the Fire Kingdom. We're going to go to the Ice Country instead. Just because we can get the Fire Seed there.
Anything else? Coming.
Just buy a couple of safety items.
Hello, hello!
So here's where I really start to subscribe to people are gonna die. If I make it out of this screen with anyone alive, it's a miracle.
Try to stop me.
We have 8 Cups of Wishes that will revive both Prim and Popoe before any major boss fight.
This is the end.
It's faster just to revive them than it is to try to armor them. Because armoring them is going to involve extra fights. So I'm going to try to keep this pumpkin alive as long as possible, because it freezes his AI script a little bit. Oh, he's in his armored form. His shell does a boatload of damage if anyone is to run into it. Sometimes the AI characters will just derp out and run right into the shell and take like 200 damage. That was still a very, very tame fight. So here we're going to just utterly destroy this summer paradise in the middle of an ice field. Once again, Team Rocket doing really good work.
Who are you? Have we met? I need you to watch this stove. Just whack it every so often if it cools down. I'm counting on you.
Huh? I heard something. Should I open it?
Ooh, hey, I'm the fire elemental, Salamando. Use me as a heater, huh? Well, they'll get more heat than they bargained for. Need firepower? I've got you covered. Go crazy. Burn the whole place down.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Not you again! You dolt! Didn't you recognize them?
Sorry.
This was the perfect money-making scam. Now everyone's gone. Huh? The seat from the Fire Palace? How should I know? I've had enough of Mana City.
We saw some weird old coot when we nabbed Salamando.
What are you doing? Don't help them! You won't get away with this!
So we will be leveling up Salamando before Frostgigas. We just need that extra damage. It's kind of nice because it will also deal extra damage to the biting lizards and the fire and the ice castle.
Try to stop me!
I need to take control of Prim here until Acid Storm wears off. Because I don't need her to lose any more defense. Alright, there we go. Now she can die. I don't treat my party members very well in this run. This is the only place in the game where if you have a party wipe, you can't load an autosave because it warps you back to the beginning of the castle. So running around with one character is a little bit stressful. It's just a time loss. Like, you just have to re-go through the whole ice castle again. This is by far the scariest room just because of the clouds. They like to cast spells, and same thing with the books. The one hit and die is going to be a very common theme for the rest of the run. So here we're just trying to even out the damage. I basically want that second Tonpole to pop as this first fighting lizard dies. This guy's not in a good place. I mean, if it's not clear to do the game, I shouldn't be running it at this point. There's really not much difference between a marathon safe run and a normal run. You get a couple of extra safeties, but besides that, the route's pretty much the same. You can add in a bunch of extra fights if you want to be super, super safe, but having 12 items is very nice. So unlike Fire Gigas, we can't interrupt this guy from teleporting, but we can try to get an early cast off. Alright, now that he's physically interrupted. Magic will still be a good form of damage. We will be getting a better form of damage in a little bit. But like magic is just so efficient in the game. It's really hard to route anything else in. And look, we saved Christmas.
What are you? Master Claus, are you all right?
Oh, Rudolph. Sorry to have worried you. I'm fine now. It was me. I became a Frost Gigas. Lately, the little kids no longer believe in me. It's the fading mana. Without it, children will continue to lose their fanciful hopes. I wanted to bring back their innocent dreams, no matter what the cost. Then I heard that mana trees grow at an alarmingly fast rate. I set off to find a mana seed, thinking I could grow a huge mana Christmas tree in no time. But the mana power in the seed was too much for my body to handle. It turned me into that monster. One must take care never to abuse mana, or else they'll face the consequences. I apologize for all the fuss. Here, you need this fire seed, correct?
Hey! We saved Christmas. Wow, no one got hit in that screen. There we go.
Try to stop me.
Now things are looking a little more normal.
Try to stop me.
I think these, I could be completely wrong, but I think these were the Japanese original names.
Not this.
And then we just got, what was it, like Boy, Sprite, and Girl in the SNES version. So for some reason, the Cannon Travel guy is afraid of ghosts.
Hey there,
So you can't cannon travel if anyone's dead. He kind of does the Scooby-Doo where he's like, ghosts, get them away. So I have 3 cups of wishes. That should be more than enough for the Fire Palace. Yeah, I knew you were lurking there, you little bastard. So there was a, like, I think they're called sand legs. They can hide under the sand. They'll just pop up and gank you. So those... Yeah. So that breath attack hits like 16 times or something goofy like that. Alright, we're not off to the best of starts. It's okay, we still got 2 cups of wishes. Unless I miscounted, then we're pooched. I think the breath attack hits something like 16 times. It's got an insanely, it's got a pretty low attack power, but it just hits for days. Actually, I should probably check my axe experience because I got it early. Alright, so I got 2 cups. Axe, ooh, 90. Alright. I get the sword really early. Here, I'm just spamming attacks not to get hit with the arrows. Just abusing the attack iframes. That cloud scared me. Alright, this looking real familiar now. I'll just give Randy the whip. We'll be giving a fairy walnut to Popoi. This Minotaur is weak against Sylphid, but since Sylphid's level 0 and Undine's level 2, they'll do the same damage. New combined limit is 12. You have an option in the menu before the run starts to pick 4, 8, or 12. The speedrunning community allows 12 just because, really, why not? And we'll be taking full advantage of that. Me not maxing out on items beforehand is just to find that nice balance between Cups of Wishes and how many Fairy Walnuts I need. Fairy Walnuts are pretty expensive. They're 500 GP each. So, like, each Fairy Walnut's 3 Cups of Wishes. So the route's really planned around early game, just getting basically the bare minimum to scrape by. And then in the next leg of the area will be maxing out on Cups of Wishes pretty much instantly. So now because we have 4 mana seeds, our damage is increased by 16 on our high rolls.
Gotta synchronize with the seed.
So we're really starting to see that mana bonus just really starting to give a little bit by little bit. So now all the enemies have despawned. It's a nice, safe travel. So here we're going to be stocking up on, we're going to have up to 6? That's 7.
Anything else? Coming.
So we got 12 Cups of Wish. I want to leave about 1,600 GP in my pockets. Just because for the next sword upgrade after the Northtown Ruins. We'll be getting 2 sword orbs there. The game, if you've missed any orbs and you go to a chest, the game will continually respawn that chest until you're at the correct seed amount. It's kind of like a catch-up mechanic, because we did miss the sword orb in Pandora Castle. After fighting Wallface. Getting that orb just doesn't pay for its time to run all the way through the castle and back.
I know who you are.
Huh?
You're Gemma's friends. See, I'm actually a Tasnican spy, undercover here in the Empire. So was my husband until he got caught with sensitive information. I'm continuing his work. I swear I'll avenge his death if it's the last thing I do. Enter Northtown from a sewer passageway east of here. The Resistance uses it to infiltrate the city. Give the guard this secret number. 634. That's the only way he'll let you through.
And here I skipped all the good cutscenes and subjected everyone to that cutscene.
You think you know the secret code? Try it.
I'm sorry, chat. I should have let you listen to Thanatos ramble in the Pandora Ruins instead of listening to her ramble 12 words. So there was an interesting soft lock that could happen in the SNES version. If Randy was a snowman by the time you got into the Resistance, the game would soft lock because the snowman status effect actually just completely disables that character's AI.
Not so fast. Who are you? Imperial spies?
It's fixed in this version.
634.
Funny enough, if any of the characters are dead for a cutscene, they just get the grayscale.
Welcome to the Resistance.
Nice to meet you.
What's with the proper act all of a sudden?
Jealous?
As if. You know I'm only interested in dialogue. Wait! You know dialogue? Of course! Why? Have you heard of the ruins to the east of this town? Supposedly there's a man there named Diluc who's stealing people's life energy. That's what happened in Pandora. But why would Dialogue
So the Northtown Ruins is another very dangerous place. The imps like to cast Fire Bouquet. And once again, much like with Spiky Tiger, if we die to it, we lose 25% of our attack power. So a lot of it is, you're just hoping they don't outright murder someone you need.
Pamela, wake up! Are you okay? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I won't go back. Diluc and I are happy here. Leave us be. What do you think of that, huh?
This is revenge for taking him from me in the first place. He'll never be yours. What? But Pamela, that can't be.
It feels good to come out on top.
Yeah, the naming change is a little weird.
I didn't.
This is a recording,
Let's
Serenic.
get her to Chrissy's.
Come on, sis.
What happened?
Chrissy, can you take care of our friend for now? It's a long story.
Okay.
I like
There's a
how
doctor sympathetic to our
Prim
cause.
hits her
We'll
with an
take her there.
axe. And she's like, oh, it's fine. She's just unconscious.
Leave this to us. You go help Dyla.
It's a recording. I'm safe, still nice in bed. I'm warm. Rip Popoe? Oh, you're still alive. Oh, I think Popoe's dead. He told close. Okay, oh, this way. Alright. So we are going to take a detour. I think this is worth it. I haven't done... there's a couple of ideas from running this in marathons I want to incorporate in the route. Dang it. Fudge! I just don't know if it's worth the actual time save versus time investment. So hitting that switch lowers the spikes, and this will allow us to get 2 sword orbs. Like I said, this area just naturally has the sword orb. And then the second one is because we skipped it in Pandora Castle. So these zombies actually have a very brief window to attack you when you can't move. I've died there just opening a chest, getting breathed on, and then that was it. And it's kind of like, oh, thanks, game. I really didn't want to play anymore anyways. Very tame ruins. Extremely tame. Never mind.
I'm finished.
Try to stop me.
Oh wait, they killed Popoe too? Wow. You guys are on a mission.
Thanks.
So this wall face we can pretty much just kill with ice. Oops, that was the wrong target.
No, not this. Thanks. Try to stop me.
There we go. So I missed one of the ice casts, which sucks, but it's not worth using a fairy walnut.
At last. I've missed you so much.
Oh, Diluc. I'm so glad you're safe. Oh.
What are you doing?
Pesky girl.
Any of the wall fights are a pain in the butt.
Where did you send her? Bring her back now!
The mighty Thanatos has need of her. Or more specifically, her blood.
How could you? You have no soul. Do you know how worried she's been for your
Delete.
I don't care if you're under some spell. She loves you. And you've gone too far.
Ouch! What have I been... No.
Thank you. I can think clearly again.
Don't move! Are you crazy?
Please help her. She's in terrible danger. There's a door behind the altar. Go! Here it is!
Oh, look, a free prim.
You should stick around. This girl's life force is stronger than I expected. She'll make a fine specimen. What? No! This is impossible! How?
Where am I? What's wrong with you two?
We can move!
I see. Diluc must have transferred some of his life force into her. He never fails to impress. All the more reason why we can't let him slip from our grasp. I have no more need of you fools. Vampire, do with them as you will.
This is why we can't own nice things. Nice. Leave Popoe alone. Ow! Bad vampire. So if this guy decides to stay airborne, there's just nothing you can do. You can debate if it's worth letting to see if he's gonna come back down to Earth, or you can just keep pelting him with freezes. So this should save Popoe. Yeah. That was also another very tame fight. So now that Ice is level 4, it gets a 200% damage boost. It's going to be stuck at level 4 for quite some time. We won't be getting the 5th mana seed for a little bit longer. And it's not really worth just to level up any other any other element.
Hey.
We should go.
Don't worry. What matters is that he's alive. I'll find him again. I know I will. I know it.
So I still got a very healthy supply of Cups of Wishes and berry walnuts. I have been known to do that auto haste. No, there's not really a whole lot of effort. He's kind of on the back burner.
I see. So Dialog has... Now's not the time to lose hope. We discovered this was all Thanatos' doing, but it looks like you already knew that. We've gotten word that the Emperor wants to call a truce. It's hard to believe. He says he wants to disband the army and restore the Empire. Should we trust him?
Chrissy won't listen to anything the Emperor says since she lost Sog. Finally, we've managed to make the Emperor change his mind.
It's what this resistance movement has been working for so long. Should we go?
Shut up, generic rebel number 1.
We'll go. Come with us. This is it. Dialog will be himself again, and there'll be no need to worry about the Mana Fortress anymore.
We'll go on ahead.
I'm doing good, sir. Hopefully you're okay. So now we're going to upgrade the sword. I think it's to level 6. Watts just kind of squats wherever he can.
Any of your weapons?
So you can leave it on. It's there's a debate whether you want to upgrade to level 5 or level 6. Level 5 will give you more damage against Metal Ant, where level 6 will give you more damage against Mech 2, and you definitely want that damage against Mech 2. For some reason, he's pretty much magic resistant. So even Ice, as being as powerful it is only going to do 1 damage.
Huh? Where's Chrissy and the rest of them?
My. What a day to remember. Perhaps I shall make it a national holiday. Let's commemorate the day that pesky resistance was eradicated, right along with the foolish hero of legend.
Pipe down! Curses! It was a trap!
There is no overcharge glitch in this. The game completely took out the enemy's AI.
Quiet. So you want out, huh?
No, if the weapon overcharge glitch was in the game, we would definitely be using it. We don't. Square's easy way to get around from that was just to not put in the your party member's AI board. And if you swap weapons, it instantly drops your chain back to 0. I actually don't remember how much is left of the game. We might have to start skipping cutscenes again. So this 1,000 GP, just something to pad the bank account for a couple of seconds. I actually didn't think I'd take damage in this room. Today I learned. about to say, how did Popoe live through that? Nice toss. Gonna do a couple of these casts just to be safe.
You're back. I should have guessed the legendary swordsman could handle a fight. I see how Geshtar and Thanatos could have such trouble.
Now we got about an hour left of the run.
Why not? I'm off to the palaces. You finish them and come to me.
Yes, sir. To reclaim my honor, prepare your...
So we're just gonna use speed down, just because it's 1 MP and it'll keep the enemy stun locked. Oh, he's dead. This fight you will go through a lot of cups of wishes. There's just not much you can do. Very, very tame fight. We're only 40 minutes behind PB? That's not bad. I think we might be good. I'll probably end up skipping a couple of cutscenes just to be safe. This one I'll let play out though, because it's cool.
This is the end of the line. I'm going to burn this whole place down!
Oh no! This could get ugly! What's that sound? Woo-hoo! Is that... truffle?
Am I too late? Bet you want to hear how I got here, huh? I came here on Flammy, of course. He's gotten so big, you know, he can even fly. He just took off all of a sudden, so I hopped on, and now I'm here with you guys. He might be big, but he's still a baby. I think he thinks you're his parents and was feeling a little homesick. Here, take this Flammy drum. I've been training him with it. It's his favorite toy. Just sound this drum, and he'll come straight for you. Anyway, let's blow this popsicle stand. Oh, actually, could you drop me off in Matango on your way? Just head southwest from here.
Spoilers, we're not going to drop the king off in Matango. We're going to kidnap him for the rest of the run. If you need money, you can use the king. We'll leverage them. So here we have to do the good Tour de France. We're doing a little bit of a sequence break here. The game fully expects you to go to the top of Lofty Mountain, talk to Jock, and then go do the Dark Palace. We definitely shouldn't be fighting Blue Spiky this early. But we are because it unlocks Luna. Or it helps unlock Luna. And Moon Energy is extremely broken in this game. Unlike the SNES, you can crit at 0 stamina. So I hope you really like Luna's spell animations, because you're going to be hearing it a lot for the last about hour of the run. Alright, so we just saved about 5 minutes there by skipping her text.
There.
Which also makes Blue Spiky and Gorgon Bull quite dangerous. Speaking of the Tour de France. Oh, that's gonna suck.
No, not this.
Try to stop me.
Alright, let's go in like this and see what happens. So I'll be using Acid Storm to reduce the Tiger's defense by 25%. It's not a lot of damage, but it's still better than really nothing.
Takes more than that.
Alright, as long as Randy doesn't die, we're okay. Actually would have rather her die, but... Oh, never mind. So, this is the only boss that does the fake out death. When he gets down to 666 hit points, he does this fake out death for whatever reason. So you can see Magic either doing... I don't want to use another. Freeze will either do 1 damage or 50 damage. When it does 1 damage, it does a low roll, basically. So a lot of this fight is just hoping you get high rolls with magic damage. Because losing 50 damage on a magic cast really hurts, especially the timer just for the length of the battle. Oregon Bull is the same way. Our physicals will do about 40 or 50. Just because we don't have the levels to support any meaningful damage. And then, much like the sword orbs, we're going to be gathering up all the axe orbs we missed. So now we're all caught up with the axe orbs, we're all caught up with sword orbs. Now with Gorgon Bowl, just don't move. If you don't move, you can't get hit. If you move, all of a sudden you're just going to take massive damage out of the gate. It's an intended catch-up mechanic. So I'm going to use Fire Bouquet. I missed the timing. I was hoping I was a little too early. But I was hoping to keep him stun locked. And to reapply. Where's the crits at? Come on now. There we go. So a large chunk of that, the damage we were doing in that battle, or at least a good half of it, was coming just from the mana seed bonuses. So for anyone just joining, we have 4 seeds. The amount of damage you get is this amount of seeds you have squared.
I'm Luna, the light elemental. King Mammon was robbing me of my power. He forced me to use mana for his own benefit and create gold for his treasure hold. The gold he's created will turn to stone one day. I hope that everyone's please take my powers before the world falls to the evil of the mana fortress.
And don't be an idiot and forget to seal the seed. So we still have a pretty healthy stock of items. So now we're going to be going to the Moon Palace to get Luna. Thankfully there's no boss. We just kind of just run there. You can sequence break to get past the, I guess this, the roadblock. But Charon isn't flagged to show up until you defeated Gorgon Bowl. So even though we can sequence break here, there's just no one on the boat.
I'll just wait here.
Alright, well, better. Dang it. I don't trust you. Alright, looks like no one's getting to cast magic.
You are most welcome. I, Luna, the Moon Spirit, have been waiting for your arrival. You may use my powers freely. Mana is fading from this world at an alarming rate. You must hurry.
Alright, so we got 2 new elements, and our mana seed bonus has gone from 14 to 36. So we got a pretty big increase in damage. So now the next up is to go to Tasnica. And then we're off to the Dark Palace. So the game expects you to climb up and down Lofty Mountain over and over again and keep getting these little nuggets of wisdom. But since we know where to go, we're not too worried about it.
Come again.
I would have liked to have Prim with magic so I could cast Moon Energy, but the Marmalades decided against it. Tasnica should be over this way. So I think we're looking pretty good on time. I don't think there's a whole lot of cutscenes in this later half of the game.
Who are you? You must be spies. Spies! Guards, come quick!
Wait, no, we're just...
Silent spy, how dare you attack the Chancellor? Take them away! Execute them! Off with their heads!
Wait, this man is a fake. He cannot be the Chancellor. He casts no shadow.
Couldn't fool you, Gemma. Too bad. I could have destroyed this realm from within, but you found me out. Take this!
What have you done to Gemma and the others?
What then? They're probably near the entrance, just outside the castle. Now I'll have you fight the Chancellor and save me the trouble of destroying him.
Think again.
So this is just a regular enemy. Aw.
Sir, pull yourself together.
Where am I? What happened?
He has a very small chance to drop a pair of ninja gloves.
I can't believe it. You saved me from a terrible fate.
It's a nice piece of equipment to get, but you never want to bank on it.
I had doubts, but you have proven yourself. Please, take this, along with my apology.
Ooh, free sword orb.
We've all come so far, but now is not the time for rest. Skill alone does not make a hero. You must learn what true courage is to stop the Empire's takeover at any cost. You have no time to lose either. Find Sage Doc. He will teach you about true courage. Hang in there.
So now we're gonna go to Mandala. It's gonna be a restock and upgrade. We can upgrade the sword 1 level, and we can upgrade the axe about 3 levels. We will be also grabbing as much fairy walnuts and cups of wishes as we can. Hopefully the last shop will be Nico, the price gouging cat. Right before we do the shadow challenge. There is one piece of equipment we want to pick up, the Ivy Armlet. That gives us immunity to sleep, which, through the Sage Jock trials, saves us a lot of headaches. It will also be the first piece of equipment we bought since the very beginning of the game. So I'm going to prioritize buying Cups of Wishes over really anything else.
Welcome.
Or Fairy Walnuts, sorry.
Anything else? Come again.
So here we're going to set up another glitch. We're going to have the boy and the girl dive with Lunar Boost active to give us a 25% attack boost. I don't like it when they start with a spell.
Help us, Luna! Lunar boost! Help us, Luna!
Takes more than that.
Lunar boost!
I'm finished.
Try to stop me.
Now don't die, Sprite. Alright, so now both of our characters have a 25% attack increase and a 25% defense decrease, which really sucks, but it is what it is. I'll take the attack over defense. So Prim's main goal right now is to level up Luna as fast as she can. Luna gives us 1 free crit at level 0 and 1 additional crit for every level it gains after that. But we're looking to get it to about level 6 or level 7. Having 7 or 8 free crits just absolutely breaks the game. The boy's gonna die to that, so this is a reset. So I'm going to alternate casting between Papoe and Prim just to get more casts in.
Help us, Luna! Moon energy! Help us, Luna! Moon energy! Thanks! Power of the moon! Moon energy!
I mean, I ran this a couple months back. That's all the practice I need.
Take more than that.
Help us, Luna! Moon energy! Help us, Luna!
Nice. Alright, so we got it to level 1. I'd really like to get it to level 2 before the slime. I don't think I can save Randy. I really want to get this to level 2. It's worth the extra grind. Getting 2 crits on Lime Slime really speeds up that fight. Oh wow, alright. Apparently not. It's okay, we'll get it in the fight. We gotta be getting pretty close.
Thanks.
I shave.
There we go. It's PS4, PC. Did they make this for the Switch? I thought that was just the SNES version.
Spirit of darkness and elemental of mana. Long ago, I was known as King of Mavolia, the underworld. You have lifted said seal. Take my powers as your reward.
Oops. Controller, thank you. I don't think it's the remake. I think it's just the translated Seiken Densetsu 3 ROM. Kill the bee.
I love special deal.
So here I'm gonna buy that Ivy armlet.
Anything. Beast.
Power of the moon. Moon energy.
All right. Now hopefully, it depends on how you want to do it. We're just leveling up moon energy because free crits are just absolutely just destroy the game. I also want to be careful not to kill any enemies now with the axe because I don't want it to level up.
Help us, Luna.
Thanks.
Moon energy.
You may not enter! Oh, he's still gone? His sageness is visiting the mountain caves to meditate. Tread lightly. Before you sits his... I'm his disciple. You will... Excellent! Go test...
Thanks.
They did leave the weapon sub-level boost.
Help us, Luna. Moon energy. Help us, Luna. Moon energy. Help us, Luna. Moon energy. Power of the moon.
All right, so now we get 4 free crits, and it's just gonna keep growing. Oh, hey, that's disappointing. All right, Sprite, give me your whip.
Help us, Luna. Moon energy. Help us, Luna. Moon energy. Help us, Luna. Moon energy. Power of the moon. Moon energy. Power of the moon. Moon energy.
So now we either have to die by the shadows or just kill them. Killing them is a lot safer of an option. Because if you party wipe, you have to go all the way back to the beginning.
Takes more than that.
I think it would change the core mechanics of the game too much if they took it out.
Only in what before you I go you'll find some
Help us, Luna.
That meant to be on the boy.
Moon energy. Help us, Luna. Moon energy. Power of the moon. Moon energy.
I think we might be... I don't think I'll be showing any more cutscenes for the rest of the run. I think we're pretty close on time. If we get close to the end, I'll show a couple more, but... Here you are. Thankfully, there's not too many important cutscenes in terms of lore.
This is too bad. Now, you're...
So we got about 50 minutes left.
Now, you're... Enough of this!
So all bosses are pretty much just going to be sped up quite a bit. Each crit doing 200 or 300 damage, and being able to knock out 5 or 6 of them. There's not a lot of bosses that have like a very high hit point pool. Most bosses around here have about 2,000 hit points. So in about 8 or 9 attacks, they'll just die.
The altar is just above us.
To me, like, this is where the speedrun really devolves. But also at this point, like, it's hard to route anything else when you can do 1,500 damage in the matter of 7 or 8 seconds. It's hard to really route that out. Or really find anything viable. Like, spells do nice damage, they just take a long time to actually do damage. So spells now are kind of just for stun locking. So this room here is just utter chaos. Just because of that reason. Yo, Ink, thank you for the raid. So now it kind of just, it was already a boss rush, but now it's just more of a boss rush. So we want to really try to keep, after each fight, to have Randy with a full stack of crits. Lucid Barrier just means we can take one hit and be okay. It's a little bit of a safety measure, but apparently Popoi really wanted to take that nap. I think Prim's dead now too. Oh no. Level 6 confusion lasts forever. Oh god, I'm not dealing with this. Give me someone that can run normally. Oh god. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're back to normal. Oh god. Alright, we'll kill these guys. Oh, nice. Got it. Very passive. Alright, now for some reason, a subway.
Help us, Luna! Moon energy! Power of the moon!
So I will be refreshing Lucid Barrier. Because I don't want Randy or Prim to die, because then they'll lose their crits. I mean, it's just a free little time save. Didn't feel like I stepped on that switch. Once again, for some reason, Kettlekin has the lowest hit points out of any of the bosses in this area. He really tries. But he doesn't try hard enough. So I think he only, I think he has like 1,200 hit points. So like 6 crits, he goes down, easy peasy. I feel like Luna should have gotten annoyed by now. I usually play in the Japanese voices because you don't understand what Luna says, so it's slightly less annoying. But like I said, it's just hard to deal with that. Like, it's hard to bypass that amount of damage.
Help us, Luna! Moon energy!
So here's a nice just little puzzle. You have to use each one of the elements in each one of the rooms. There we go. So I still have Lucid Barrier active to the best of my knowledge, so I shouldn't have to recast it before the other room. So that cast got eaten, but that's still really no big deal. And then using the rope out is just faster than running. So we're getting pretty close to the level we wanted. It's level 5 now. You want to hit these swords. If they end up hitting you, they'll actually push you back through the door transition. Only a couple of seconds wasted, but it's annoying to just constantly go back and forth through the tunnel. And this is just free casting time, so you might as well make the most of it. This room I need you with magic. Yo, B-Dragon, thank you for gifting the 10 subs to the community. So we got one room left, and we're good to go. Oh, alright, Sprite just lost his Lucid Barrier, which is really whatever. Sun energy, obviously. Blaze Wall doesn't do any status effects, so I'm not worried about its effects. Okay, however, I am worried about that spell. So, in the SNES, these puppies were named Hellhounds, but because of weird censorship, they're now Heckhounds. I still kinda giggle a little bit at that. Yeah, E-rated game. Heckin' roots. Alright, so I want to not die to this guy and also give Randy some hit points.
Help us, Luna! Moon energy! Help us, Luna! Moon energy!
So this guy, if he plays nice, I won't need to cast any spells. Alright.
Help us, Luna! Help us, Luna! Moon energy!
So Hexus, I want full stack of crits. And I also want Lunar Boost, or Lucid Barrier, sorry. Lucid Barrier will also protect us from Hexus's physical attacks. So things like the eye lasers, Vortex, because the game considers them all magical is only the 8 elements. Every other enemy attack is basically considered physical.
What if... He does... I will...
So it'll stop us from a lot of dead time animation. And like I said, like once you get Luna to that nice point, bosses just end up melting. So I'm gonna... I don't think anyone got hit with physicals. So I shouldn't have to restore Lucid Barrier for Mech 3.
Geshtar, you survived?
You could say he is and isn't Geshtar. I've used ancient magic to create a living machine. Now my faithful servants can serve me in death as well.
You're the lowest of the low.
So you really want to keep Mech 3 busy. If he ends up casting... Actually, if he ends up casting Wall, the fight gets quite a bit rougher, where every time you attack him, he's just going to zoom from one side of the screen to the other. Alright, so we got probably about 30 minutes left of the run. So I could probably show a couple of cutscenes near the end. It's hard to balance out the time with everything.
They activated the mana fortress. The whole place is gonna sink.
Yeah, we also started late, and I've been having controller issues. Someone didn't do time conversion. Actually, play this super safe. I'm gonna go to Kakrika and looking at you, Frosty.
Anything else? Come again. There.
So just restocking for the Pure Lands. This area can go really nice or really bad. Especially because I don't have any crit stocked up at the moment.
I have waited. Come to me. Quickly now.
Just like that. So I want to try to keep everyone magically in iframes. I also want to get Wall and Lucid Barrier on Sprite. But it's quite difficult with all these enemies. Alright, Sprite lost his Lucid Barrier, which sucks. So I want to stick Sprite out front because he's the one that'll end up getting hit. I'm just going to keep him physically stun locked for the moment. I don't think this is going to work. Alright, so this fight's going off the rails pretty quick. There we go.
Power of the moon! Moon energy! What's harmless, Luna? Moon energy! What's power of the moon? Moon energy! Help us, Luna! Moon energy! Moon energy!
Alright, I'm level 6, leave me alone. We just want more. We just keep want to take and take and take.
Moon energy!
Continue on. Shall I?
Oh, I meant to save there.
This is the end.
Rip Sprite. Prim should be okay. Not anymore.
Try to stop me! I'm ready! Thanks! Power of the moon! Moon energy!
Farm the rares. We'll be here forever. So like I said, like the end game, just because we pester the hell out of Luna, none of the bosses will last very long. I think one of the bosses in here with the highest amount of hit points is Thunder Gigas. The issue, Pete, with plat percent is like you really don't know I don't know if it's just me, but like I wouldn't even know how to put an estimate on that. I've completed it in as long as 30 hours, but it's in short as 12. So like unless there was like another bunch of other backup games, I really don't know what would be like the good cutoff. And like plat percent's just a lot of grinding. Let's roll the dice for the day, pretty much. Like I thought about doing plat percent just for the lulz, but like I said, like my first run took me 22 hours, my second run took me 30, my fifth run took me 12. And like I consider 12 hours extremely lucky in that. I think I got 5 out of the 9 weapon orbs in under an hour. Where it took me like an hour and a half to farm for the amulet ring.
Continue on.
It's, I don't know, if people are interested in it, I'll give it a shot. I just really, like I said, I don't know where to start with for an estimate on something like that. It's interesting for like landing all the flammy spots is kind of whatever. You hit a large chunk of them just by playing the game. Thankfully, you don't have to level. You don't have to get all the weapon experience. So you can just upgrade the weapons to 9 and call it a day. Leveling up the magic to 8, you can do pretty much with the grinding. I probably shouldn't have done that there. Put Sailor Moon to shame. Alright. So we got time for cutscenes. I think there's probably about 20 minutes left of gameplay. This will stretch it out a little bit.
Continue on.
Where are we?
So Thanatos has one shot with the Mana Palace. And instead of taking it the correct way,
That must be the mana tree.
he ends up just wasting his one chance to just rule the world.
Now all you gotta do is revive that mana sword and get out of here.
This feels like I'm dreaming. Did we
And he ends up
really do
taking
it?
out the mana tree instead of the 3 heroes.
You made it.
What can I say? You guys would have been lost without me.
So much has happened to us in such a short time. Without you guys, I never would have made it.
There's one last job to do. If the mana tree can restore the sword, that fortress won't stand a chance. Let's go.
Feast your eyes upon the power of the Mana Fortress.
I hear you.
Sis!
Ow!
Come. Awaken.
Where are we? Wait! Where's the mana tree?
Drat! Thanatos gave us the slip again. And we were so close.
What's going to happen to the world now? Dialogue is...
I have been awaiting your arrival. It is I, the Mana Tree, guardian of this world. Do not despair. Even without physical form, I am still with you. The resurrection of the Mana Fortress has used up most of the world's mana. Soon all the mana beasts in the world will be transformed into one giant creature. This great mana beast is the only one who can bring mana back to the planet. But the rapid decrease of mana has caused the beast to descend into a crazed frenzy. If the beast attacked the fortress, the world would not survive the encounter. The only way to avoid this tragedy is to first defeat the mana beast with the sword. Only those with the blood of the Mana tribe in their veins can wield the Mana sword. Your father, legendary Tasnican knight Saren, was to retrieve the sword, but 15 years ago, Saren sought to defeat the evil emperor, but he was badly wounded. With the last of his strength, he journeyed to Kotos to retrieve the Mana sword, but he never made it.
You mean that ghost I saw by the falls? That was my father?
Yes, it is true. Your father was the legendary knight, and I was his wife.
Spoilers! Your mom's a tree.
We are of the Mana tribe. Members of our tribe are fated to become the Mana tree to protect the world for future generations. Others, like your father, inherit the Mana sword to fight the evils that threaten peace and prosperity.
No one knows how the logistics on this works.
You must stop the fortress. Its stores of mana are nearly gone. You could penetrate its shields. With the last of my energy, I will call upon the seeds of mana to once again resonate with your sword. I am sorry. I was never there to care for you growing up.
Mother!
How does that
Wait,
work,
is that
Splinters?
really you?
We probably got
What
about
happens without the Mana tree?
25 minutes left is illness.
No. We finally meet and now this?
Maybe a little longer
Talk to
depending
me.
on how
Mother!
the Mana Fortress is.
Oh no.
Mother. She...
Snap out of it. Your mom gave us hope. Don't let her last moments go to waste. It's tough, but we're all dealing with our own losses. Sis ain't got a mom, and neither do I.
Sorry. I'll be okay. Banana tribe, huh? I've got big shoes to fill, but I'll protect the world like my mother and father.
Now you're talking! That's why you're my #1 subordinate!
Yeah, I don't know why, but it almost feels like I met my own mother. She's here in my heart, just like your mother's in yours.
That's the spirit! You guys ready? 1, 2, 3! All right!
All the hugs in chat. I'll go restock, just cause. It was a very, very kind Pure Lands. Thankfully, restocking is very, very quick.
Anything else? Coming. There!
6 feet from social distancing between the hugs.
Light the way, Lumina! Lucid barrier!
Oh, we didn't get the funny death. So in that first room, you can hit the 2 crabs and then run forward. And if the eye does his laser beam attack, you just all insta-die because all 3 of your party members end up running into the attack. It's a very, very small chance to happen, but it is a pretty funny outcome. So our main goal here is just get through it without too many casualties. And before we get to the Thanatos fight, we want to... Oh yeah, I asked for that. We want to get Dryad to level 1. Just for the Manasaur duration. Freeze will still do more damage than Luna. Just because Freeze is a very, very high level. Luna at level 0 is equal to Undine at level 2. So even though Lumina will do about 200 damage, Freeze will do about 500. In the speedrun, it's no point in even trying to hit an elemental weakness, and Lucid Beam costs like 8 magic, so it's quite a bit. You can use it for a little bit of supplemental damage, but no, you're just better off just hitting them with Freeze. I'm gonna hope this guy lands, and this is usually his demise. Yeah, Lucid Beam is super, super expensive for how much damage it does. Like, I don't know where they justified it costing 8 magic points. The older routes used to level Lumina up to level 2 or 3. Which, because of the 12 item limit, you could really just afford to spam it, but it just sucked to throw a fairy walnut for every like 4 casts. Just because like our levels are still very low and we just don't have the magic point pool to like keep it up continually. I kind of wish they would have gave Prim a more offensive spells. Because like all of her offensive spells just aren't worth much of anything in terms of damage. Like Flame Bouquet, Blaze Wall, they all just do like subpar damage. That's what we used to do, Draconis. Until we just found out that freeze was infinitely faster. And it would also just be the cast time of also casting Lucid Barrier, because Lucid Barrier is core magic, which would also take away from the Luna leveling up. The more bare bones the road has become, the more boring the end game is. I love the first hour of the game because the boss fights have that nice balance between risk and execution. And after you get Luna, like the more and more we've cut from the route, to me, like I said, the more boring it gets because there's no real tactile to the boss fights. And it would also be really nice not to listen to Luna for like an hour straight for every run. So I want to be leveling up Dryad, and I completely forgot about that because I'm a smart runner. The sprite put himself to sleep, you little bugger. This is just to give us a little bit more Mana Sword duration. Level 0 Mana Sword just doesn't last very long at all. Oh wow, that killed. Uh, 11. This game doesn't do the rounding like the SNES does. So instead of it being at 99 and giving you the level, you actually have to cast that one extra time. So it's 12 casts for level to get to level 1 instead of the SNES's 11. It's a very, very, like, weird and minor thing to change. But, like, it doesn't give you that free tick for whatever reason. Yeah, you lose those free ticks, which, in the long run, really hurts you. is way out of my pay grade, B-Dragon, to say anything with any kind of certainty. Alright, so everyone's magic got leveled up. Now we can go back to good old Luna. And I just gotta dispel the wall. Yeah, Dark Lich really threw me a loop in this nest, especially with the 4-item limit. You were just kind of sitting there like, all right, what do I do? And hope for the best.
You've come so far, but you are too late. My current body is at its limit. I need another worthy vessel to house my spirit. If I were to take any normal human, my awesome power would tear it apart. But every few decades, there is one born in the shadow of darkness. A human capable of augmenting my powers beyond comprehension. Diluc is one such human. His dark powers were sealed as a child. Now he possesses a foolishly naive sense of justice. But no matter. With his body, I will use the Mana Fortress to rule the world. It is time. This body is withering. I must possess my vessel now.
Diluc, you can't let him do this. Resist him.
My body cannot last. It's falling apart. You fool!
Diluc, can you hear me?
Where am I?
Somebody water this man.
How good this new body feels. What power! Now the world is mine for the taking!
No! Not Diluc! You give him back right now! You can't just steal someone's body!
My dear, I can do anything I want. Behold, your beloved Diluc. Huh? I can't move!
Can you hear me? It's really me, Diluc. You must listen to me. My connection won't last for long. Thanatos is too strong, and I know how to defeat him. Thanatos was once an ancient sorcerer who sold his soul to Mavolia in exchange for eternal life. His spirit is eternal, but his body decays. When his mortal body grows weak, he must find a new host. And with each new host, his spirit grows darker as it feeds on hatred and destruction.
Silence!
I'm sorry. This is goodbye. But I have to do this. Please, take care of her.
Diluc, no! No, stop! You can't!
If there was any emotional attachment between these characters, I might feel something.
When I finally cultivated the perfect vessel, I can't survive like this. I have no alternative. You must relinquish your bodies to me.
We'll get right on that, big guy. Dips on the body. Oh wow, that didn't heal him? Really? I dragged out that fight a little bit. Just for the music. It's such a good tune.
Hey. Oh no. We gotta get out now.
No, Bowie.
What's wrong?
Oh, I'm okay. Just dizzy. Forget about me. We got bigger fish to fry. We gotta run! So that's a mana beast? It looks like Flammy.
Well, I guess Flammy and his kind are mana beasts themselves.
Come on! We gotta hurry before that great mana beast destroys any more than it already has!
The name might die like he was fated to die.
I can't. I just can't hurt the mana beast. Do you understand what will happen if I destroy it? Only that beast can bring mana back to the world.
Time's probably going to be in about 6-7 minutes,
Without it, mana
Zelnus.
cease to exist. And that means
I actually forget how long this cutscene is, and depending on mana sword duration.
mana sprites will disappear. You'll disappear.
What?
I'm right, aren't I? How can you ask me to do this?
Oh, come on. It's not like I'm gonna die or anything. My world of sprites and elementals will just be separated from this one. It means I won't see you again. Look, if we don't stop the mana beast, your world is finished, right? Don't worry about sprites. Plants, animals, people, and sprites won't stand a chance with the mana beast out there, got it? You wield the mana sword. It's your job to save the world. You can't run away from this. You promised your mother. Remember the mana tree? Don't worry. You'll be okay.
Sprite looks so cute when he's angry.
You're sure?
Duh. Weren't you listening? Let's get going. Take up the sword. We'll cast our mana map. Then the true mana sword will appear.
So our first instance is to cast the mana magic, just to get the cutscene out of the way. The first time you cast it, there's always a small cutscene, and it actually eats into the mana sword's duration. So casting it now in free time gives us a much better chance of, if we get a high roll, to just one round the mana beast. It's all RNG. If we don't get it, we don't get it. We're back at square one. The mana sword clears all buffs, so we no longer have the lunar boost or speed up glitch active. Lucid barrier is just to protect us against this fireball. That was a little too late. might not get this cast. Alright, so we'll use sprites. We got crappy duration. So Mana Beast will always target the party member closest to him. So by putting Randy in the very, very corner, we're trying to keep him safe. We got crappy duration. It is what it is. There's really, it's RNG. You can't really get mad at it. Getting the quick kill saves about a minute. So it is a very good time save and it's nice. It just sucks. It's like right at the final boss. But with us hitting for 800, he's pretty much dead. Look, SBR, that's enough out of you. So we're just gonna keep him frozen with Dispel Magics. And time is coming up now. Time. I'll take that. I like the RRLAT Nightbot too. No! I never know when I'm gonna get cut off. So like my endings are always super awkward in this marathon because like I never think I'm gonna get cut off and I do. I just want to say thanks everyone for watching, tuning in, keep me company. Big shout outs to Zelness, Frosty, Rob, Transquina, the admins of the Longathons for always putting on these events.
I'll never forget you. Ever.
It's going to be the one event I wasn't going to be a part of, and then Frosty bothered me. But it's always nice to be a part of these events.
We have to be strong, like they were.
Cut them off! The remake's a pretty good remake. It would have been nice if they would have done more with it.
Mana Beast is turning into...
Like, I think they stayed too faithful to the game. And that really hurt it. This did have a slew of bugs in the beginning as well. So, it's nice at least they patched some of them out. It feels like a very lazy port. But like, I still enjoy it. I got really nothing else to say that I have been repeating for the last like 4 hours. But like, it's a good way, it's a good turn on the game. Yeah, it's, so like, the remake, this remake was originally supposed to be a Vita-only port. Look, Rod, you just cut me off. Just end it. If you don't cut me off, I'm just gonna keep talking. But we need this awkward...
Hello everyone, welcome to Really Lanathon, which is kind of already began, but at the same time, barely has. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. This is the second Really Lots of Lore, the 8th or 9th event on this channel, and it will be the longest event on the channel by quite a bit. Starting now, soonish, with our first run. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be around for a little bit to start here. Our first actual run of the event will be Pokemon Moon by 4th Gen Gamer. Stay tuned, I'll be running a quick ad in the middle. The schedule is accurate. Secret Meta was a unscheduled pre-show. We'll be running in about 3 minutes of ads. The ads